I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Okay, let's give you just a quick market update here for June 2020 as we're slowly starting to get out of the COVID-19 lockdown here. You know, optimism is getting better and better every week as I speak. I mean, the city now is opening up. Stores are back open, restaurants, bars. My fitness club opened up a couple of weeks ago. You know, just a lot more optimism. You know, in May, I had 4 firm deals in May. I had to laugh, you know, if you remember that little dust up I got in with that Bloomberg writer. You know, she did a little rebuttal to that blog I did about how ridiculous that article was that she wrote, which it was. And did a little rebuttal saying, you know, good luck going forward selling homes. Well, I should have told her, I don't need your luck. I sell a lot of homes. That's why I'm a 1% realtor. Top 1%. And I said 4 firm sales, just like I knew I would. And I didn't reduce the prices on anything. Just like I had said back months ago, it wasn't a pricing problem. It was an activity problem. Now that the market's back opened up, I had no problem selling many of my units. And I'm expecting June here to be another big month. Now, what I want to point out here, the stats just came out from the Real Estate Board. So again, I have to always put this out there. There is only one source only, trusted source for the stats for the Greater Vancouver market, and that is the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board. You can log on. Every month they give you a full and detailed stats package. They are the source for all of this because they run the MLS. They're the ones that list everything and report everything sold. Anything else you see, take with a grain of salt, these stat packages. I get guys that will, first off, do not send me links to my YouTube channel here. I've gone through this many times and I've been posting pinned comments here that I will not post any external links to my comment section. But some of the stuff I get people that send me, you know, saying that the Vancouver real estate prices are down 30% since March. It's just made up, folks. It's fake stats. There's only one source, and that is the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board. Every other stat package you see, be very careful. Be very careful. They're probably cherry picking stuff. It's not complete. So I'll give you a quick update here. The May stats just came out. It's basically a Mexican standoff. How many times have I told you guys about the old Mexican standoff over the last 10 years, where we get some dark clouds? In this case, it's a COVID-19 lockdown. You know, sales activity falls off a cliff. Go back and watch my blogs from March, how I took all my listings off the market. So sales activity dropped dramatically, but so did listings. It was a Mexican standoff. Buyers weren't out there, but sellers took most of the product, all the good stuff anyways, took it off the market. So prices for right now, this is right up to date from the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board, the prices over the last 3 months are actually up 1.4%, slightly. And from year over year, May 2019 to May 20, prices are up 3%. That's prices, which is the thing that most people are interested in. So they're kind of treading water, but actually still the last 3 months and the last year gone up actually 3%. The sales, this is what a lot of people will point to, sales. So this is the number of units sold. So as I told you guys last month, May was going to be another slow month. Sales were down 43% from May of last year, but they were up 34% from April. So the market, as I've been saying here, is slowly just starting up the machine again. A lot of realtors like me took everything off the market in mid-March and kept them off the market till April. I started relisting my stuff in the first week in May, and as I said, 4 of them I sold. And I'm working with other buyers right now, and I'm expecting June to be a good month as well. So we're just starting the machine up. So sales are up, sales are up 34% from last month. But yeah, May was a very slow month compared to May of 2019. We're in a lockdown, for God's sake. Listings, though, listings were down 37%. For May compared to May of 2019. So again, the sales were down, but the listings were down almost in equal amounts. That Mexican standoff that I talk about. Active sales to listings ratio. This is a stat that I like to use. I've thrown it out many times. On detached homes, it's at 14%, which is a balanced market. On condos, it's at 15%, balanced market. Townhomes, it's at 19%. So it's anything over 20 is considered a seller's market. Now, if we broke condos down to good one bedrooms, one in dens in downtown Vancouver, Mount Pleasant, Kitsilano, I can tell you that we're hovering in the low 20s. So yes, believe it or not, on the good quality one bedrooms, one in dens, even lower priced two bedrooms, yeah, we're favoring the sellers slightly. Not as strong as it was in February and early March, but it's a balanced market, and in some cases, I say, in certain inventory, one beds, it's still slightly favoring the seller. So don't believe some of the stuff that these guys tweet out, that the market's in free fall. It's not. The real stats are right there. Go to the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board. Every month they give you a full stats package, the real deal. Final thing I'll just say is, again, optimism is kind of back here now. I've been listing a whole bunch of homes, both detached and condos here the last 4 weeks. I'm noticing a lot more traffic through my showings, getting a lot more showings. Open houses, of course, are still off, and I think they'll be off for the rest of the year. But there is no panic out there. You might start to see some dog units that I've talked about many times. Dog units, they've got issues with the strata, levees coming up, they're hugging on a bridge, they're on an incredibly busy street with traffic 20 hours a day. Those are the type of units, moving forward that you can get a bit of a deal on. But for right now, as of mid-June 2020, all the good units, the good one-bedroom units that are priced right, are getting picked off within a couple of weeks. Some, I just saw a few that got sold within a week. So the market is still fairly strong, and it is that Mexican standoff. And that's the way Vancouver real estate, especially for condos, good one bedrooms, good two beds, good detached starter homes in the east side. If sellers can't get their price, they generally are patient. And if they don't get their price, they take it off the market. You rarely see, door crasher fire sales. You might get a few that are good buys, like I posted last month on that one in Mount Pleasant. But overall, market is pretty strong. High-end balanced market, good quality units are selling. Again, there's no panic in the market. We'll see where it goes moving forward this summer, although I think the dark days are well behind us now. Every week here is getting a little better. I'm getting more calls. I'm expecting to get 4 or 5 sales in June here. I've got a couple of buyers I'm working with. I'm looking at offers on a property I just listed up next week. I'm expecting to get a couple offers on that. Market overall is pretty good. And I think as we move forward, it seems to be getting better. Optimism now is starting to settle in. This COVID thing, I think now is the worst of it is behind us. Yeah, there'll be some fallout here moving forward. We are going to probably be in a recession here in Canada, just like they are in the States. But I've said before, Vancouver real estate, let's talk Vancouver, downtown, east side, west side. It's a lot more insulated from the blast zone that I've talked about. Most people that were heavily hit by the COVID-19 lockdown were not buying Vancouver real estate. They were renters for the most part, or they were even renters out in the suburbs. It has not affected any of my buyer pool at all because they're mostly tech workers, professionals, lawyers, doctors. They weren't really affected all that much. They were still making their money and still collecting their paychecks. But we'll see moving forward. I'll give you guys a further update as we move into the summer. But again, for now, market's holding up pretty well. I think June, you will start to see the market trending the same way it is now. You'll start to see sales up. You'll see some listings up. You may even see prices slightly easing up again here too. We'll see. I'm Owen Bigland. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.